Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have long been one of America's most admired couples. From their early days on All My Children to their decades-long marriage and beautiful family, they've always seemed like the perfect example of partnership built on love, laughter, and mutual respect. But recently, a deeply personal story has emerged, one that shows an even more human side of their relationship. A story that, according to those close to the couple, unfolded quietly one evening, away from cameras, lights, and the endless rush of show business. It all began during what seemed like a normal night at home. Mark had just wrapped a long day of shooting live with Kelly and Mark, and Kelly had been catching up on her work for her production company. Their kids, now grown, had all checked in from their busy lives, and for the first time in weeks, the house was calm. According to close friends, that calm gave Kelly space to finally say something she'd been holding inside for a while. Those who know her well describe Kelly as strong, funny, and full of light, the person who always knows how to make everyone else feel seen. But even the strongest hearts, it seems, sometimes grow weary. That evening, Kelly reportedly opened up to Mark in a way she rarely does. She admitted that while she's deeply grateful for their beautiful life, there are moments when she feels lost between the person the world sees, the energetic talk show host, the celebrity mom, the always smiling star, and the quieter woman she still wants to be. Kelly confessed that constantly balancing her public persona, her career, and her family had left her feeling emotionally stretched. She told Mark that sometimes, even when surrounded by people, she feels invisible. Not as a performer, but as a person. It wasn't an argument. It wasn't even a complaint. It was a soft, raw confession, one that caught Mark off guard. Insiders say Kelly's voice trembled slightly as she continued. She said she sometimes wonders if the world still sees her as Kelly, not the host, not the co-star, not Mark Consuelos' wife, but as the woman she's always been, curious, loving, and deeply human. For a few moments, the room was silent. Mark, known for his confidence, his humor, and his passionate personality, reportedly sat still, listening intently, completely focused on her. Friends close to the couple say he later told them that hearing Kelly speak like that broke something open in him. He'd always admired her strength and energy, but in that quiet moment, what he saw was her vulnerability, and it moved him deeply. Mark reached for her hand and told her that she is and has always been the center of his world. He said she isn't defined by the show, the headlines, or the expectations. She's defined by the warmth she gives, the way she lifts everyone around her, and the love she's poured into their family. According to sources, Kelly teared up, and for a moment, neither of them spoke. It was the kind of silence that doesn't need to be filled, the kind that speaks of love, understanding, and years of shared history. The next morning, Kelly reportedly woke up to find a handwritten note on her nightstand in Mark's familiar handwriting. It simply said, "You are my home. You've always been enough just as you are." Those close to the couple say that Kelly kept that note tucked into one of her journals, calling it one of the most thoughtful gestures Mark has ever made. Because in that one simple message, he said everything she needed to hear. When news of Kelly's emotional confession quietly surfaced, fans were touched, not because it was dramatic, but because it was real. So many saw themselves in her words, the feeling of balancing life's roles, of giving so much to others that sometimes you forget yourself. Social media flooded with messages of empathy and admiration. One fan wrote, "Kelly's honesty reminds us that even the people who seem to have it all are still human." Another said, "What makes their marriage beautiful isn't perfection, it's that they keep choosing to be honest even when it's hard." Kelly later mentioned in a brief moment on air that marriage, after all these years, is still something you work on every day. You don't just love each other, you learn each other again and again. That line alone struck a chord with fans. It captured what long-lasting love truly is, not just a shared life, but a shared effort. Friends of the couple also revealed that following that emotional night, Mark began making small changes, being more present at home, scheduling fewer back-to-back commitments, and prioritizing quiet evenings with Kelly. They started taking walks together again, cooking dinner side by side, and even revisiting old photo albums. Small, simple things that reminded them of the life they built long before fame ever found them. For Kelly, that evening wasn't about sadness, it was about release. It was about being seen, truly seen, by the person who stood beside her through every stage of her life. And for Mark, it was a moment of awakening, a reminder that love isn't just about admiration or attraction, but about listening, holding space, and saying, "I see you," even when you feel unseen. In a world that often celebrates glamour over grace, their story is a quiet reminder that the strongest relationships are built not on perfection, but on honesty, compassion, and mutual growth. As one close friend reportedly said, Kelly and Mark have been through everything together: success, fame, kids, distance, and now this moment of truth. And somehow they just keep finding their way back to each other. And maybe that's why people love them so much. Because beneath the glitz and laughter, theirs is a story about something timeless. Two people learning over and over how to love each other better. What do you think about Kelly Ripa's heartfelt confession and Mark Consuelos' emotional response? Do you believe this kind of honesty makes a marriage stronger? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your thoughts. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss more stories about love, resilience, and the moments that remind us what truly matters. Because sometimes the most powerful stories aren't about fame or success, they're about love, vulnerability, and the courage to be seen.